Yeah, welcome back to the Sports Talk on Atlantic Television Network, and of course, we're bringing you the latest revolving around the beautiful world of sports. It's time to talk about football in the show, and of course, we take a look at the African Cup of Nations as the Cranes of Uganda have arrived Casablanca, Morocco, for their final preparations ahead of the 2025 African Cup of Nations. 17 players, technical crew, and members and officials departed the Tebel International Airport's Kampala aboard Qatar Airways over the weekend. The contingent arrived Casablanca yesterday, and the remaining 13 players are expected to join their colleagues in camp later this week. The Cranes will undertake an 11-day preparatory camp in Morocco, which will include 2 friendly matches as part of the final build-up to AFCON 2025. The East Africans are joining Group C with Nigeria, Tunisia, and Tanzania. Put aside will open their campaign against the Carthage Eagles of Tunisia at the Complex Sportif de Fes on Tuesday, 23rd December. Mike, what do you make of it? Uganda already there in Morocco making top-notch preparation. Super Eagles of Nigeria still yet to release the main list for players for the African Cup of Nations. Should Nigerians be worried?
We shouldn't. We shouldn't. In our local parlance, they say that nobody who go police first, now they win case. So sometimes I just be there early, then you don't really even make an impact. We saw the last one. I think Morocco was the first country to hit Cote d'Ivoire in the last edition, and they did not go past the group stage. So sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that you must be there first, but then it is also it also helps because you getting to acclimatize, the environment where you ought to play your game, is very key in your performance.
They spend 11 days there.
Yeah, some of these players, some of them play their trade in Europe, and the climate, the weather is quite different. So you need to go there early so that you get acclimatized with the weather, and that gives the players that level of confidence. But then I think they just know that they are grouped alongside powerhouses, and this is why they need to take extra preparation and take it more serious so that at least they can come out of that group and head to the next one. But we'll see how all of this pans out.
Away from that, former Manchester United striker Wayne Rooney says Mohamed Salah is damaging his own legacy at Liverpool. Salah stated over the weekend that he felt Liverpool had thrown him under the bus and claimed his relationship with head coach Arne Slot had deteriorated. Of course, as reported by newsmen, Rooney believes that Slot must now show his authority and not involve Egypt international Salah in today's Champions League game at Inter Milan on next Saturday home match with Brighton. Rooney said Salah needed to either iron out his differences with Slot or leave Liverpool. When a question why Salah, who signed for Liverpool from Roma in 2017, will come out publicly with his comment. The Egyptian has expressed frustration over his limited playing time, claiming that someone within the club wants him to take the blame for recent setback. What's the problem? Mo Salah and Slot and Liverpool. What's the problem at this point?
I think the problem is that Liverpool are not firing, and the media always try to x-ray where the problem seems to be, and they try to sometimes nail it on a particular person, and that is why Salah seems not to be happy. There was a lot, and there's still a lot of criticism regarding the poor performance of Liverpool, and some have attributed it to the lack of Salah being in good form, and this has made some of the pundits to ask or call that Arne Slot should drop Salah, which eventually did. So he saw that maybe more like a disrespect, and this is why he got angry. Even their last game where they drew 3-all against Leeds United, you should expect, you know, Anslot to bring one of his best, maybe from the bench at 80 minutes or 70 something, give, you know, him that few minutes, but then he sat on the bench all through, you know. So, and I think this is the issue. Salah is not happy about it, and of course it is causing a whole lot of ripples out there in Anfield as we speak right now. So I think Rooney is right, because he's also destroying his own legacy, what he has built for the club. He needs to take proper notice of that.
Not really, of course, a good one at this point in time. And the question is it time for Mohamed Salah, of course, to leave Liverpool at this point? We'll see how that one, of course, will go down. But let's talk about Real Madrid, Mike. We hear that Xabi Alonso is at the verge of being shown the exit door, looking at the poor performance so far from Real Madrid.
Yeah, I think for Xabi Alonso, he's in a very tight situation, especially losing at home over the weekend 2-0. You know, he would have resigned, or he would have been sent, away. But then, I think their big clash this midweek, which is tomorrow, yes, against Manchester City, and of course Florentino Perez just have not found a proper replacement, and this is why they are also still taking it cool. But there is a palpable tension, you know, within the camp of Xabi Alonso, that he might just be sacked.
Tonight, the UEFA Champions League makes a return, as we'll see Kaya Tamati against Olympiacos. And of course, Bayern Munich will lock on against Sporting Lisbon, and we'll see the likes of Atalanta against Chelsea Football Club. Barcelona will lock on against Eintracht Frankfurt, and we'll also see the likes of Inter Milan against Liverpool, and Monaco will lock on against Galatasaray. The likes of PSV and Devon will be in action against Tottenham Hotspur, and Tottenham Hotspur will be in action against Slava Prague, and Union St. Cloud against Marseille. These are some of the UEFA Champions League games we'll be expecting tonight. Mike, what do you make of the fixtures?
I think a great UEFA Champions League night await us, and we'll just keep our eyes glued to our TV set this evening to watch some of these exciting games. But the big one would be I think Liverpool against Inter Milan. I think that is a blockbuster game, because it's a game that will come with a lot of questions, because some will be looking on whether Anslot is going to lose again without Mo Salah, because we hear that Mo Salah has even been dropped from the traveling party. So I think the major focus will be on that game tonight. But beyond that, I think there are other top fixtures that we need to also watch out for. Atalanta, they lost their last game. Chelsea drew their last game. So I think at the Gewiss Stadium tonight will be yet another game, interesting one to watch.
We'll talk more about the UEFA Champions League fixtures when we'll make a return by 6 p.m. on Sports Extraordinary. Promises to be another exciting time. Talking sport right here on Atlantic Television Network. Special thanks to Mike, of course, for doing justice on the show this morning. You can go down to different social media handle: Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube. The conversation, of course, continues right there. My name is Kinsley Manuel. Thanks for watching.